Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this HEJITAI USB desk fan. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. Let's get this open. So there's the fan. We have a power cable. Here's a manual. Here are the specs. The material is plastic and electronic components. The battery is a lithium-ion 18650. It charges with micro USB. Charging time is about 3 hours. Working voltage is 5 watts. Working power is 5.6 watts. Working current is 1.5 amps. And here we have the instructions, so you can read through those. There's also some precautions and maintenance. So here's the cable. It's a little over 30 inches. So there's a USB port down here. We can plug into that to charge it, like so. Now there is this brace here. If I want to pull that out, I'll pull the charge cable out, clip it forward, and I'll plug this back in. Now I can plug that into a charger. So it's currently charging at 1.05 amps. So that can change as it gets charged up. That will go down likely. So there is a red light here. It's very hard to see with my lamp on, but there's a red light showing that it's charging. Okay, so I'll unplug that for now. Let's turn this back on. So we have two buttons here. We have one for the fan and one for the light. So I'll turn the fan button on. Okay, that's low mode, medium mode, and high mode. I'll turn that around. Here's low, medium, and high. So that blows a lot of air. Even on the low mode, I feel the wind on my face. It's not subtle. So that's pretty impressive for a little fan like this. So then we also have a light here. So we can press this one time to turn on, one time to turn off. But this also has dimming, so if I hold it down, it will dim or get brighter. So hold this down. Now it's getting brighter. I'll hold this down again. And now it's getting dimmer. You click it and just hold it down, and then it will adjust the dimness. So I'll turn my light off here. I'll actually turn the overhead lights off too. So I'll turn this light up. So this is the brightest mode here, and I have a piece of paper here, and I can easily read that. I'll turn it all the way down now. So I'm holding it down until it just stops. I'm still holding it down now, and it's at the bottom. It doesn't go any further, and then I can take my finger off. So this is on the dimmest mode. Let's see. I can still read this, but I prefer to have a little bit more brightness. I probably don't need it at the full brightness, but I'd probably want a little more if I'm reading. Now, if this was in a tent or something, and I just wanted to get ready for the night, a dim light's perfectly fine, and I actually prefer a dim light. So let's turn the fan on at the same time. So when I did turn the fan on, it did dim the light just slightly. So I'll turn the light on full brightness, and then I'll turn the fan on high, okay? There we go. So I'll lift this fan overhead. This is about maybe 3 feet above the desk here. Casts quite a bit of light. So this could work well as a ceiling fan in a tent. So the LEDs are around the outside of this as opposed to behind the fan blade, so it's not going to cause any flicker. So if that's something that bothers you, that's a nice feature of this. So this does have these little ears here for feet. And then of course you have this. Now this will go either direction, and it can go straight up and down. So if you have a tent that has a center hook or tie, you can suspend this and have a little ceiling fan in your tent. And I think even on low, this would create a fair amount of circulation. Many times when I'm camping, the air is incredibly still inside my tent. Even with all the vents and the screens and such on my tent, sometimes having a little airflow can be really nice, especially on those hot nights. Now you could also just prop this up and blow it right at your face, which some people might like. So I'm going to charge this up, and then I'll do some run times on this fan on each of the modes, and then I'll come back with the results. Okay, so I did some runtime tests on this. I did all the tests with the light off. If you have the light on, that's going to draw a little more power. On the high mode, it lasted 1 hour and 11 minutes. On the medium mode, it lasted 2 hours and 1 minute. And on the low mode, it lasted 3 hours and 31 minutes. So this doesn't have a super high runtime. If you do want to get a little more runtime, you could use a portable battery bank like this and plug into it. This would likely extend the runtime of this greatly. And as I said, this was with the light off. If you had the light on, that would lower the runtime a little bit more. There's so many different levels you can have this light at. It's really hard to measure that. So that's the HEJITAI USB desk fan. If you're looking for a USB powered fan that blows a lot of air, I think this is a great option. Even on the low mode, you can really feel this. So this can run off USB or with battery. Now the battery doesn't last a tremendous long time, but it could be good if you're using this, say, for like a workout. You can mount this on your exercise bike, your exercise equipment, and this would run through an hour-long workout on high. You could also put this in a nursery. You could have this on low. Now, a baby could maybe stick their fingers in there, so you would probably not want to put this directly in with them, but you could put this nearby just to circulate air. You could have this on your office desk. You could use this in an RV. This is nice that it doubles as a lamp too. too. So if you want a little bit of accent lighting or a little extra light to work with, maybe reading at night, you could use this. I really like that this has a stand on here that you can move in different things, so you could easily hang this, or you could mount this. You could probably figure a way to hang this and have it blow down at kind of an angle. Of course, this being USB powered, if you want to use this in a vehicle, you could plug this in to a 12-volt adapter. Like if you have an RV and you want a fan kind of blowing at your face because the vehicle fans, maybe you don't like them for some reason. I know like buses and big trucks will have fans like this hanging in the corner. This could be suitable for that. Also, if you're having a little picnic, you can set this out, turn it on, blow it across your food, and hopefully it'll help keep the bugs down, because insects can have trouble flying in a strong wind. And this would be very ideal for that, because even on low it has a pretty strong wind, but you can turn this on high if you need a greater effect. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.